Hey guys, how's it going? So it's been a while since I last played Undefeated 2. Right after it came out in this, I played it to death. Then I put it down until more was added to it. So I haven't seen any of this additional content. What have we got? Goblin stuff. There's a whole new suit. Nice. New encounters, equipments, and upgrades. Endless is here. Over 60 new blessing and curse cards. That's not bad. 50 new shards to collect. 10 new tokens. Fuse 5 shards to unlock a token. And the Dealer's Apprentice, a new companion card, and 5 new customization cards. Okay. That's quite a bit to get into. It's not bad. Oh, here we go. For being the tool of his vengeance, you receive the dealer. Good, he's already platinum. For your allegiance to the dealer's table, you receive that. Oh, these are the new customization things. Endless Adventures is now available from the challenge map. Okay. Let's go have a look at these new customization options first. Hey guys, it's been a hot minute. Okay. Sure, yeah, it fits decently. Okay. So, I'm guessing there's nothing new here, nope. Okay. I guess let's just jump slice. The road ahead may be long and treacherous. Will you endure the turns of cruel fate? With strong steel and fierce pride, perhaps your death may count among the legends. So we've got Fading Star. Fame reduces over time. Wear and tear, weapon damage and equipment defense degrade from use in combat. And permanent injury. When your max life is greater than 100, damage in combat may reduce your max life. Interesting. So magical blast causes a long stun to a single target. Reroll a failed dice gambit, or retry any other gambit. Will lose your companion for 5 turns. Cannot be targeted or damaged in combat. Interesting. Well, we've got to try the dealer. He's new. Enderlord, thanks for the follow. You're now being followed by the exact same number of people as those following you. What? Yes. Being followed by the same number of people as those following you. Yeah. Yes. Those are the same number. Yeah, we've got to try the dealer. Wait, that's inherently true. Yeah. I meant as those you're following. I figured that's what you meant. That's pretty cool though.
The game we play is no longer bound by time. No, it stretches forth into eternity. Or at least, until your death. Now it begins. You'll find the rules have changed. You'll need to be prepared to face whatever fate presents you.
Adventure beckons. You set foot upon the open road and begin your journey into the unknown. Okay. It's just the endless mode inherent stuff. Go to the capital. Do I have anything in my inventory? Let's just run the sword and shield. I need to remember how to play this game. I think it's attack, block, dodge, bash. Right. Walking through a shady forest, you encounter a frail old maiden. She stops to greet you. For centuries I have helped the mortals who find themselves lost in my forest. Is there anything that may help you on your journey? Just go supplies, because I don't know what's going to happen. This should do you for a few days. She squints at you with tired eyes. You arrive at the capital on a fine sunny morning. Milling among the crowd of citizens, beggars, traders, and cutthroats as the city stirs to life. 10 endless points. You wander the streets and taverns in search of news or rumors of adventure and glory.
This card will determine the enemy you face at the conclusion of this section. Defeat them, and you will begin another, and so on, into infinity.
What's that little... Okay, so corrupted, 15 gold. Death. Thieves, plus 60% life. And death. Well, this one gives me more points, I think. Oh wait, hold on, I get to inspect them first. Okay, so 60 endless score, level 1. For success, restore 60% of your current life. Okay, it's just a heal at the end. Oh, it's higher score in level 2. Sure, let's go with that. I have reason to believe that an assassin has infiltrated the Emperor's court, Imperial Captain Fenwick tells you over a quiet ale. I don't think I have to tell you how disastrous it would be if there were unsavory types in the city, plotting the downfall of our government. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. We know their leader's name, but not the identity they've adopted in court. Help me root them out. At this stage, anyone could be a would-be assassin. Could be a would-be assassin, that's a fun sentence. He laughs. Even you? Yes, I am an assassin.
Would you like to make your life more difficult? No
Sure,
doubt.
why not?
Your history suggests this would not be the first time.
Okay, calm down. Wait, choose your trial cards carefully. Trials will resolve at the end of this adventure in the order they are added to your hand. Okay. So, discard 2 weapons at the end of the current adventure. It'll give me 15 gold, but if I fail, I'll lose 15 fame. At the end of the current adventure, face a challenging wheel gambit. For success, keep the gain card. For failure, keep the pain card. This adds a lot of score. Have 4 or more curses at the end of the current adventure. For success, choose 15 fame, draw 2 gold cards, or draw a blessing. For failure, lose 30% life. I mean, just succeeding this thing restores 60%, so at worst I'll probably be 30% away from max life. I may as well add that. Sure, let's do it.
Let's
Throw them
take
all
the
in there.
battle to the darkness itself.
So I need to gather weapons, win a wheel gambit, and try and get curses. You're invited to an audience with Lady Melora, a well-known noble of the city. In a discreet room above a tavern, she tasks you with journeying to the lair of an evil wizard to rescue her husband. The vile beast stole him away in the night. I've sent my own guards to the place, but they say it is cursed with such dark magic that they cannot enter. Perhaps you will find a way. One of her guards provides you with a map. Return my husband to me and the gold is yours, Melora offers. Kill anything else you find there. Drunken tales in the shipyard tavern speak of the Eternal Liberator, an imperial warship once laden with treasures, now perched precariously in the rocks below the cliffs of Oblivion. Many a daring or foolish soul has already perished trying to reach it. You decide to journey there and see for yourself. A rowdy group of young noblemen approach as you leave a disreputable tavern. Mercenary, one of them calls. We have need of weapons. None of that standard issue army rubbish. Something that can light a man on fire, another youth adds. Or that makes a corpse explode, a third cuts in. You know the sort. Can you supply them for us? We need them by the first night of the Carnival of Slaughter so we can enter the arena battles. We will spill blood like the mighty Callus and none will stand before us. They begin a lively chant involving bloodshed and glory. You agree to the task as they continue on their way into the tavern. You look over your supplies and maps in preparation. Consider your chosen adventure's traits when building your
Select the
decks.
cards you need to defeat the enemy ahead. The deeper you go, the more chances you will have to revisit your choices.
Okay, just encounters. Is there anything new? These have tokens. So they're going in. Oh wait, these are shards. 5 shards to unlock new cards, yeah. Okay, throw that in. Yep, throw that
Make
in
your
too.
choices and consider what must lie ahead.
Nothing new or with tokens, that's a shame. Sure. Okay. Equipment. Trying to remember what half of the equipment is. It's been so long since I played. revive a companion. A companion. It's consumed though, isn't it, when I do that? Let's go for the spiked mace and soul gem. Sure. Oh. There's a shard on this now. Defeat 10 ogres with this to unlock the shard. I'll take that. Okay, here we go.
The choices have been made, and now the adventure begins.
It took me over a century to restore myself to this shabby rendition of life. It will take longer still before these caches come into the open.
The flickering light of your torch reveals rows of magical treasure as you enter the secret vault of a long-dead magician. Many of these trinkets are cursed with stolen souls, Valinus notes with the air of one making a passing comment on the weather. Yep. Give me something. Oh, it's kind of a high target.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be
Oh,
their
God.
master.
Reroll these. Keep the 5. Come on. You motherfucker. Yep, reroll. Christ. I could just reroll the 4, but I need a 6. Or I can reroll both of them. And I'd still need a... no. Right, give me the 6. Come on. Damn it. 4 again. Well, that's a good start. You select a silver frame mirror. Your reflection smiles wickedly before leaping out and attacking you. After a brief exchange, you land a single blow, causing the apparition to vanish. Ah, that's fine. None of the other objects appear to have been disturbed by the effects of the spell. You have successfully identified one of the trapped items. Alright, let's try again. Lower target this time. And I still can't hit it. Hey!
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
The item you selected glows with inner power as you pick it up. Oh,
There's nothing possible
that's
without
somewhat useful.
You and I must
Useless.
heal more than ourselves. We must heal this world.
The gates to the vault begin to close and you make a hasty exit. To fame. That's kind of a useless artifact.
Smaller pieces
most
of
the
our
time.
fates shattered into fragments. Collect enough, and your reward will come in time.
The Imperial Jousting Tournament attracts a huge crowd. Your next opponent is Estrella Fiore. She shakes your hand and says with a wink, "May you break your leg, friend." That's a bit mean. Her stallion goes into a trot, winning praise as she parades in front of the crowd. You ready your steed for the first of 3 rounds. Your steed takes off with a flick of the reins. Oh, here we go.
The pendulum swings like a scythe, bearing hope or failure.
Your lance finds its mark, smashing directly into Estrella's helm, sending it flying. You score 2 points. The herald announces the scores. Estrella has 0 points to her challengers 2. You ready your steed for the next round. Mounted steady on your horse, you sally forth.
Breathe, you have done well.
I'm gonna murder this lady. Your lance finds its mark, smashing directly into Estrella's helm, sending it flying. Again, 2 more points. The herald announces the scores. 0 to 4. Ready your steed for the next round. Mounted steady on your horse, you sally forth. As long as I don't fuck this up, there we go. Perfect score. Your lance finds its mark, hitting Estrella square in the chest. The crowd goes wild with excitement as you knock your opponent clean from their horse. You score 3 points. And the winner is our challenger, with 7 points to Estrella's 0, declares a crier. The people cheer as you ride your steed out of the arena. For victory, you gain 4 fame, and 5 food, and 3 food. I didn't get the shard from that? That might be one of those, like I have to draw with her, maybe.
Consider what you need to progress here, and leave behind anything you can do without.
While hiking along a mountain path, you pass an old farmer weighed down with a heavy sack. You slow your pace to walk with him for a while. In ancient times, my people had a great empire, he offers, as he continues slowly up the path. It stretched all the way to the misty sea. In those days, our clerics would sacrifice precious jewels and finely forged weapons to appease the gods. Much has changed since then, as you can see. He gestures to a tiny collection of rundown shacks in the valley below. Few of us keep to the old traditions, and we have precious little to give, but every year we give what we can. Perhaps one day our fortunes will change. Or not, but what else can we do? His laughter gives way to a coughing fit. He points to the top of the mountain and says, perhaps up there your fate may change also. Hours later, you stand at the top of the mountain and discover a vast crater that falls away into shadow. You approach the edge of the pit and gaze into the unending darkness below. A stone outcropping extends out over the center of the abyss. Earn endless points by discarding equipment cards. No, because I need to have at least 2 weapons at the end. The air is still and the yawning pit is silent as you carefully walk to the edge of the stone platform. Actually, yeah, I don't care about that, so throw it in there. With your pack empty of anything of value, you leave mountain to continue your journey. The shard for Joust requires, if I remember correctly, fail exactly once, retry with the Jousting Armor's ability, and then get a huge success. Okay, so I need to get the Jousting Armor before I encounter that. Gang of Thieves. A pair of shady characters emerge from the shadows to block your path. The Empire is offering a pretty price for your head, adventurer, one of the men remarks while casually inspecting his blade. Nothing personnel kid, the other adds as they advance towards you. Do I have any decent light weapons? No. Wait, didn't I? Okay, so the stuff I did at the start is just stuff I can find, okay. Let's just go with the light weapons then. And murder them. Let's see if I can remember the buttons. It has been several months. Ah, fuck. Alright, well it's fine, I only took 1 hit. That was still a very easy combo though. You can't avoid your fate forever. One man gasps as he falls. You gain 4 fame. You spend a little time searching the fallen before leaving discreetly. Hey.
I would never bring a knife to a sword fight. 2 knives, however.
I'll just leave the
Now's
daggers
your
on
chance. Resolve these as soon as you can.
You come to a junction in the road, your quarry yet eludes you, but perhaps there is wisdom in exploring these lands further. Yes, there is. I want to see this last card. Mystical Island, new shard possibility. After several hours of competitive drinking, an old cartographer has become your new best friend. Come sail with me, he slurs. I know secrets. We just need a deckhand or 3. How many of you are there exactly? Or anyways. When you sober up, you decide to investigate his tale of a mysterious island that rises from the depths of the sea every 7 years. You'll need a ship. Here's some gold. See what you can find. Seems you've been recruited by an aspiring captain with no crew. You gain 20 gold to procure a ship. You approach a group of seafarers unloading their ship. Their captain's face is creased and weathered from too many years spent staring into the ocean. Take the cartographer's gold? You convince him to set sail immediately. After a long voyage, you spy land on the horizon. Lose 20 gold.
Here we see yet
Oh,
another
here we go.
wheel, each different, yet each bearing
there's
their
a
own
success.
similarities.
Okay, let's see if I can remember sort of the timing of these wheel things. Nope! Way too early. Yeah, retry that. Okay, so it needs to be around there. Too late.
Oh dear. Move faster next time.
At least we made it to the island, we just have to fight. Actually, wait, it wasn't fail exactly once, it was have equal scores after 3 rounds, leading to a tiebreaker with increased stakes. A tiebreaker round also has to be the one used armor's ability. So it was right, that you have to tie with her for it, but I also need to get the jousting armor before that happens. Okay. You drop anchor and wade to shore. As you near the beach, the island begins to tremble underfoot. Corrupted creatures rise from the ground to surround the crew. Oh, that's right. That's the trigger to that. Okay, so... The cartographer documents everything he can find. The sailors follow along, searching for any hint of gold. Combat damage to equipment. On the 3rd day, a wide-eyed deckhand. Actually, that's a good point. I'm not going to use that because I need to sacrifice 2 weapons at the end. I'm just going to stick with the basic stuff for now. To make sure I don't break it. On the 3rd day, a wide-eyed deckhand points to the summit and shouts, "There's a glass castle up there, boys. I've seen it with my one good eye." Whipped into a frenzy, the sailors ascend the mountain. A wondrous castle of glass has been built into the side of the mountain. The sailors push past, seemingly unimpressed. If there were ever occupants, they're long gone now. The sailors strip the walls of finery and loot the silverware. "This trip's finally starting to pay off," says the quartermaster. "What gives you the right to take what doesn't belong to you?" says the exasperated cartographer. "I suggest you help load the ship if you want to sail back in it," says the captain, waving his sword. The cartographer grumbles all the way down as you help haul the takings. As you sail away from the island, it sinks once more below the waves, taking its mysteries with it. Back on the mainland, the quartermaster divvies up the loot. "Here's your lot," he says, throwing you and the cartographer a bag of glittering gems. For paying the sailors in the beginning, you receive more treasure, and you gain 4 fame. Okay.
You lack prominence to use this weapon. Gain more fame.
Nice, Deadkin's scales. Do I get it? Nice, I got the shard. Alright, let's go. set up camp one night beside an old, forgotten battlefield. It is a haunted place. Local legends say the field is strewn with the bones of 100 witches. Your supper is interrupted by the arrival of a strange horned creature. Greetings, mortal. My time here is limited, but I wish to offer you my aid. The creature gives you a brief but entirely accurate summary of your adventures so far. I like you, human, it says, peering at you intently with unblinking eyes. I want you to succeed and fulfill your destiny. Let's bargain. 10% max life for 2 pieces of equipment? Hell yeah.
Brutal, simple,
mace.
and effective, as Callus once was.
A soldier's sword. Hope I've helped your quest in some small way, Kubrak comments. Now for your side of the bargain. Satisfied with his payment, Kubrak says, Farewell, hero. Perhaps one day our paths will cross again. You blink, and the creature is gone. Oh no. Traces of merchants' routes across the desert land skirting the nation. The deserts hide many forgotten paths, but only the most prepared, or most desperate, risk trying to find them. Wait a minute, is this one that I intentionally added? Because I regret that tremendously. Let's just avoid all of that desert shit if I can. Following Malaclipse's cryptic directions, many of which involved borrowing farm animals, you arrive at the edge of a vast and lonely lake. There you uncover a cave entrance, blocked by a stone door. Is your Twitch avatar the character Stupid Fox from the comic of the same name? At first I thought it was a cowboy squirrel and I have no idea why. I actually don't know what it is. I haven't thought about that in several years since I first made my Twitch account. That just saw that picture in the internet and I was like, that's cool. Cave entrance blocked by a stone door. The bespectacled ogre manning the door to the underneath doesn't look up from his book as you approach. 15 food items per entry. Well, I don't quite have that, so bye. The wilds are sometimes treacherous and harmful. While traversing a dangerous cliff face, you slip and lose your footing. Though relatively unharmed, the same cannot be said for the traveller's pack that broke your fall. God damn it. Well, I've lost my soldier's sword. That's fine, I've still got 2 weapons. A noxious smell alerts you to an oncoming group of toshers led by a short, stumpy woman with an eye patch. Eye Patch Eve, they call her. Although they dress in greasy drabs, her fingers are adorned with exquisite rings and their pockets are deep with gold. Look at this princess. I bet they've never done a day's dirty work, she sniggers. What do you say? Fancy eking out a bit of coin? Tides a comin'. Better get in there quick, princess, says Eye Patch Eve as one of her consorts lifts a lid off a manhole. As you and the toshers come splashing down and your boots soak up the muck, you feel something clank at the bottom of the putrid subterranean river. Right. I think it's that one. That's good enough. I'll continue. You plunge your hands into the rancid water to pull it out. Oh god. Really? The dealer's never gonna see combat. Every time he comes back, I end up failing a thing and using him to reroll it. You fish out the trinket, doubtful it's worth such torment. The sewer walls tremble. Time to surface, she shouts as the toshers lift themselves out of the gutter. They pull you out just as the tunnel floods. You gain 2 fame. I wonder how I get the shard for that one then, because it locked itself back onto the card before I even got a choice to do anything. I must just need something in advance. You sight the end of your quest. As the courtiers file through the palace gates, you step from the crowd and block their path. Captain Fenwick draws his blade and proclaims, Chancellor Savala, you stand accused of treason and attempted regicide. What say you? The Chancellor begins to clap, slowly and smugly. Bravo, the both of you. You found me out. With a flourish, the drunkard drops the disguise. It is I, the drunkard, and if that's the worst, criminal nickname ever. And if history remembers you, it will be as the fools who failed to prevent the Emperor's death by my hand. The courtiers draw knives from the hidden recesses of their robes and advance on you. Hold on, let's throw in the... Sure, I'll use a cut. They're just as bad as each other. Sure, I'll use it. The drunkard. When a handful of coins can buy a knife in the dark, good folks suffer. Wait. What's my dodge button again? Okay, see. Oh, fuck. Okay. Stop messing up, please. Oh, fuck. Okay, I need to get the hang of this again. Or I won't get the hang of this, I'll just die here. Oh, block, not dodge. Okay. I used to be good at this. I swear I used to be good at this. It's fine, give me a few oh god. Give me a few combats to warm up. Maybe I'll stop halfway dying by the time we get to the end. Captain Fenwick rests against a pillar and wipes the blood from his sword. He wasn't even part of that battle, but sure. You have my thanks, mercenary. I've little doubt after today that you're a true friend of the Empire. He clasps your hands gratefully. Combat damage to your equipment. Truly, the Emperor can rest easy with such a capable warrior so close to hand. With your main quest complete, you turn your attention to other tasks. So I didn't even get an opportunity for curses. Thieves are now stronger in combat. Following the map given to you by Lady Melora, you reach the apparent location of the evil wizard's lair. You find yourself at the ruins of an old temple dedicated to a long-forgotten deity. As you enter the broken building, you notice strange runes etched into every stone. You suddenly feel an unnatural pain ignite within you. Trial failed, require more curse cards. Gasping for breath, you drag yourself back towards the light. You arrive at the Cliffs of Oblivion and risk a peek over the edge. A sizable Imperial vessel has indeed dashed against the rocks below. Reaching it won't be easy. Escaping with any loot will be even more difficult. With little more than a rope and a prayer to the ancient gods, you make your way down the Cliffs of Oblivion to the marooned ship. Okay.
Excellent. A wise decision.
With skill and daring, you make your way back to solid land in less treacherous pursuits. On the first night of the Carnival of Slaughter, you make your way to the arena. Mercenary, a familiar voice calls. Have you brought us steel and magic, that we might be champions this night? Yes. The lads grab eagerly at the equipment you have provided. From the way they handle the weapons, you have serious doubts about their fate in the arena. You ask for your payment quickly. A quick collection of gold coins is made and handed to you.
Your first adventure is complete. From here, things will become more difficult.
You return to the capital in search of more adventure.
What adventure will fate hold for you?
Follow the Piper. So it's mages, 10 fame for success, Dread Caverns. Oh. Enemy unknown. We're playing XCOM now. For success, restore 60% of your current life. For failure, there's only death. This one has a higher score, so go for it. And unknown enemies. A traveller from a small town asks that you find a group of townsfolk who disappeared in a canyon not too far from their village. They've gone off looking for the treasure of the Dread Caverns, the woman explains. Times are tough for us, but we're afraid they might have gotten lost. Okay.
This is a good time to add trials, before time has passed and things have become more difficult.
Troll Toll. Discard 15 gold at the end of the current adventure to succeed. 10 fame for failure, 1 curse. Yeah, sure, that seems easy enough. Blessed Ground. Have 2 or more blessings at the end of the current adventure. 20 fame and success, 1 curse for failure. Deliver 27 food at the end of the current adventure. For success, pick 1 platinum equipment from 2. For failure, lose 35 fame. I don't think I can take these at this point. I have nothing on me. I don't have much food yet. And I can't guarantee I'll get any blessings. I'll just stick with the Troll Toll this time. A large troll guards Barn Point Bridge, demanding gold from each passerby. The villagers are getting desperate. We need someone to pay him off so he'll stop harassing us.
As you descend, your decisions here will become your lifeblood.
Mystery chest. Okay. Wandering tracker. Okay. Nothing else with any shards or anything. May gain a blessing or lose food. Reveal map encounters. Gain food, gold. Northern ambush. May gain food, a blessing. Let's just take these 2. Oh, token and hunter's blades now. Defeat 50 goblins with this item to unlock this token. Go for it. Okay, this should do it.
Congratulations! You have not fallen at the first hurdle. Now your decisions become more pressing.
I have learned my lesson about plunging uneducated into the darkness.
Step right up and marvel at the chest of many wonders, shouts a man draped in a colourful cloak. You there, warrior, he says, pointing in your direction. Pay to play, there's plenty to gain. Let's ask about the rules. I'm glad you ask. It's very simple, you see. You guess what's in the chest. If you're correct, you keep the contents and guess again. If you guess wrong, it's game over. It's only 4 gold. Man grabs a gold from you with a smile. Now, if you give me another 4 gold, I can give you a little hint. Have a guess then, why don't you? You'll find no treasure to treat yourself to tulips in there, so it's not gold. Food or healing potion? Food. You pray for food and reach into the darkness. God damn it, it was health. You feel something at the bottom of the chest, but what you withdraw is not food. Game over, better luck next time. Use the store. I want the gladiator's visage because that can get me a blessing and more food. Do I care about this? More food for every food. I'm gonna take this just that's most of my money though. No, I'll save my money. How does that work again exactly? Yeah, just 1 food gain card after any combat, which again less than 15 damage. The first time I complete a combat unharmed adds a blessing. A procession of trade caravans and carriages makes its way to the great city, carrying wares from distant lands. You crawl to the edge of the ravine and peer over the crest. With a great heave, you dislodge a large boulder, sending it crashing down the slope to block the carriage's path. The driver of the first carriage sounds an alarm, blowing a great horn in an attempt to notify any patrolling Empire guards. The sound echoes through the gorge. With the rest of the procession in disarray, you quickly descend into the valley and approach the first caravan. Oh, come on! Failure immediately. The carriage is empty. You swing the sack over your shoulder and exit the carriage. Keep going. As you move to the next carriage, you hear the sound of Imperial soldiers fast approaching. The dealer adds 1 steel monster card to the wheel gambit. Good enough. Would have rathered either the sword on the left of that or the foot to the right. The caravan is a merchant's dwelling. On the table sits a small chest containing valuables. You pick up the chest and empty the contents into a sack. Keep going. Another steel monster card. Oh, and the sword. Oh god, that's so fast. Way too fast. Food at least. It's not bad. The caravan is filled with all manner of exotic fruits and vegetables. Quickly gather some of the produce and put it in the sack. Keep going, I want this sword. Another steel monster card. Okay. That's fine. It is too late. Imperial guards arrive to the scene before you can loot another carriage. A soldier grabs you from behind as you attempt to escape, and you fall to the ground, dropping your spoils in the process. Guards surround you as you get to your feet. God damn it. I just wanted that sword. Because it sells for a lot. Oh god, I didn't see that coming fast enough. Oh god. That came out very quickly. Oh, I'm too slow with this. Far too slow with this. Well, I went into that combat thinking, hey, maybe I can do this without taking damage to get that blessing. Nope.
Fame alone has got you here. Let action carry you forward.
Sure, throw the armor on. If the enemy's subdued, you decide it's best to leave before backup arrives. To a junction in the road, your quarry yet eludes you, but perhaps there is wisdom in exploring these lands further. Nope.
In my time, everything was in its place. The supposed empire holds its borders like a drunkard holds a thoroughbred.
One day, you meet a northerner displaced from her homeland by warfare. She explains she is a tracker for hire, working for those who can pay. She speaks at length about the nearby terrain. Okay. For 5 gold, do you want me to take you directly there? That's 5 gold to move a space, no. Continues to relate tales about her journeys. There's a Fusty Callus. 8 gold, nope. Goblins. Nope. Okay, so I guess I have to be taken somewhere to get that shard. As you will, I'm sure you know what you're doing. A careless comment in an imperial tavern gains you some unwanted attention. A soldier pushes through the throng. Though merely a corporal, you sense his eagerness to prove himself. The Empire is no place for honourless sellswords, he says, loudly, sizing you up with contempt. Coin slaves like you are little more than undisciplined thugs. Nobody cares for your outrageous claims of heroism. Wait a minute, it's, yeah, it's the heavy weapons you want to use against Imperials, I think. I know of this mercenary, a trader at the back of the tavern pipes up. They say he defeated the magical shaman of a northerner tribe. Irrelevant, the soldier says, turning back to you. You think you know how to handle that thing, do you? He continues, gesturing at your weapon. I am Cassius, the finest swordsman in my company. Would you like to prove your mettle against a real warrior, or are goblins and the corrupted the limit of your talents? Let's do this. Cassius, very drunk. Watchman can block, greatly reducing incoming damage. Use a bash to open them up for damage. Yep. Okay, that was easy. Enough, your opponent steps back, hands raised. I don't have time for this nonsense. The tavern crowd cheers your victory, and the tales of your battle are told and retold, your prowess growing with each telling. And here's me blessing. Successfully complete 2 trial cards in a single adventure to draw 3 gain cards and discard this card. The wilds are home to many a rebel, criminal, and beast. Hey, the dealer's actually taking part in this for once, because I haven't had to reroll any gambits yet. Oh no, game's crashing. Hold on. Oh god, I'm gonna have to restart this. I'll be back in a moment.